orders mean nothing. You are acolytes of the Master now, and you serve the cause without question. Your greatest glory is to die in the Master's service. You will avenge me.
Get better. We'll hope so. We will.
Oh, fucking classic. That's a classic interview.
Dog, he cracks me out.
Yeah. Oh, there's the bear right there. Look, right there in the left corner. Right there. There it is, Lee. Yeah, that one. Look, he's got the bear. No, you missed it. Go back.
Don't worry about the fucking bear.
Yeah. It was hilarious, though.
He really got the hysterics. I mean, he's fucking hilarious. He's hilarious.
And they were like,
I got turned on to his thing like 5 years ago. And I listened to everything he's got.
Yeah.
Any interview, because I know I'm gonna laugh my ass off at some point of the interview. You know, pretty fucking great gift to have to be able to shred that hard and fucking be that funny.
I think he's gonna be back in.
did they do drugs and get in like party and stuff? 'Cause they seem so
they're
nerdy.
choir boys. They fucking did. Are you kidding me, Lee? They were there, man.
Yeah, you gotta read Ace's first book. It's unbelievable, man. He said at one point, his girlfriend wrote a book. And she said at one point he was staying over here in, Studio City in '96, and I guess he was tweaking on coke, and he thought somebody put like microphones in the wall, so he tore the sheetrock down of all the walls in the house. And so when the landlord came over, he's like, "What the fuck?" It was just 2x4s, and because he's like, "I know you guys are spying on me." His girlfriend wrote this book. It's insane, man.
Insane. I heard I had a friend that used to talk to me every day in Boulder. I met him like 15 years ago. We drugs, and they were tight. And he showed me a picture. Lincoln Continental.
No.
One of those old Cadillacs.
Yeah.
Only fucking he would do something like this. So when you opened up his glove compartment, it was a sliding mirror.
Oh.
A mirror popped out like a thing on an airline that you put down, only it was a mirror. So you could snort
What?
coke. Who has that now?
He wasn't worried about getting pulled over?
I guess not. I guess fucking not.
Can I have your
License registration?
Why is there a
Slides
mirror?
out.
Yeah, like shit like that. Like, that's a different level. Like, one of my favorite memories, way before, how old are you? 27? Yeah. Way before you were born. One of the things that destroyed America, I still remember the newspaper articles and the radio, was when Guns N' Roses won their Grammys.
Yeah.
They couldn't walk.
Yeah.
Dog, they couldn't walk, Mauricio. Fucking lit. America was not ready for that on TV in '88 with the war on drugs and everything. And these guys went up there, just tanked. Like they couldn't talk.
That's
By
great.
the way,
Yeah.
where I live, guys,
Yeah.
I talk to the neighbor all the time. Good guy. He gave me a kitchen for my daughter. He's old, 70-something. The more and more we talk, the more and more the guy's interesting. He did 6 years on Fear Factor.
Welcome.
Wow.
Browse at your leisure.
He did a movie that is... I forget what movie he did, but when he told me... Smoking the Bandit.
Wow.
Like, that's how old that guy is. He was like one of the camera guys in Smoking the
Wow.
Bandit.
I love that one.
The more and more I talk to this fucking guy, the more and more I like this guy. His wife, she wouldn't really talk to me. I don't blame her. I'm a fucking scary
I don't
dude.
blame her.
She's a good-looking hippie chick.
Oh, I saw her when I was over there.
Good looking.
Yeah, she's out trimming the car.
Yeah, good-looking woman, man.
Yeah.
Little circular glasses. You can tell she smoked a joint somewhere in her life, but we just never really connected. Well, last night I walked outside and her son. She calls me over and she goes, "I'm gonna talk to you about something." She goes, "I just want you to know. Do you mind if I take pictures of you?" No, she goes, "From a magazine."
Hell yeah.
Just I'll let you know, it's a company that my mom was dresses. We do it right back there with the wife. And I don't know, we just started talking. Like, I didn't know you were a photographer. One thing led to the other. You ready? She goes, you know my ex, huh? Because then she started telling me that every day, a couple of days a week when I hear this kid.
I saw him, yeah. I saw him there helping her. Remember?
And
He
he
said,
says,
"Hey, Joey." Yeah.
So he told her. He goes, "You live next to fucking this lunatic."
Yeah.
And she goes, "Who is he?" And he told her.
Yeah.
So she went inside and listened to a podcast. She goes, "Oh my God." She goes, "By the way, I have to tell you something." And I thought it was going to be like insulting or something. She goes, "I listened to your podcast. You were talking something about him in Chinese music and did cocaine." I fucking lost it. And I looked at her and she goes, "Yeah." She goes, "You know who my husband is?" I go, "I don't know. My ex-husband." I go, "I don't know." survived. He was a photographer. Everybody.
Wow, really?
And they opened up the fucking the rainbow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so she dropped a name on me, and I was like, it sounds familiar. Oh, yeah. She goes, I'm fucking Slash's godmother. Wow. She went in the house, baby pictures, the whole pictures of them 2 years ago.
The neighbors.
Oh, my God.
You guys don't even talk for years.
No. And then she fucking took pictures, and she was like, look at this house. Take a good look at this. I looked at it, she goes, bam! And it was a picture of her and Neil Young in the same front with the husband and the kids for Hey, Hey, My.
Wow.
He photographed the whole tour. Remember they did a concert film?
Yeah.
He did the whole thing.
Wow.
And she's like, yeah, my husband's like fucking gold with these people.
Wow. Is she still married to him?
No, he died.
Oh, he died.
And then she goes, yeah, he just didn't want to stop living that life. She goes, I hope you stopped. I go, 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
She goes, I'll put you in a hole.
Yeah.
She goes, there's a certain age. You can't be snorting coke and drinking beers. It's not going to work out for you. She goes, just not. She goes, not everybody had the genes that Lemmy had.
Yep.
She goes, Lemmy was a once-in-a-lifetime guy. Nobody could do that shit.
Bionic man.
Yeah, no. I spoke to Becky, by the way, today. She was telling me that she went to a 4th of July party. And we're talking about drinking. You know, she said that she had a few beers. And she goes, I went home like nothing. But she goes, I can't believe how much the 3 beers affected me.
Oh, yeah.
This morning, like my workout was bad. I was sluggish. I didn't sleep right. I was thirsty all night. Fucking alcohol's weird when you don't do it a lot.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's all sugar, and then it's alcohol, too. So you got the combo just destroying you.
I had to stop.
Yeah.
Like, I had to stop. Like, in 99, I was, to tame that fucking cocaine. I could drink, bro. People think they see me all momoed up, that I drink, that I fucking, my tolerance for alcohol is the same as my tolerance for reefer.
Wow, because I see like 80 stars.
I could drink 2 beers and be a little buzzed, but when I'm rocking and rolling, I could really go.
Yeah.
The drugs would make me really go, but the hangover, guys, I couldn't take. And the older I got, the hangover got worse and worse. I mean, hours, head pounding, pukes, body shaking, convulsions. I had to stop drinking.
Yeah, that shit would fucking run you down. You ever see people when you go, how old are you, dude? And they go, 37. You're like, whoa. Like they've been boozing their whole life. They look like they're 60.
I used to be a handsome motherfucker until that cocaine got a hold of me, too. That cocaine runs that mileage up a little, too.
Yeah.
Cocaine's like that thing when you change your miles.
Accelerator.
Yeah. Cocaine's the accelerator.
Yeah.
You were mental into your 89, but you fucked around with that powder for 30 years.
You do any powder?
No, I don't. But I know a really good story about cocaine. So once Black Sabbath, I think they were in a restaurant, and then Frank Zappa was there with his band.
Yeah.
So if you know anything about Frank Zappa, he doesn't let his band members do any drugs or anything like that. He's really against that in the band. So this night, Black Sabbath and Zappa were in the same area, and Zappa's band members were going up to Sabbath and asking for coke. It's like, hey, Frank doesn't let us do any coke. Do you have any coke? Can we do some? Like, no, we don't have any. Sorry. And then another guy comes in. He's like, hey, do you guys have any coke? No, we don't. Sorry. And then Frank Zappa goes up to Black Sabbath. Hey, my guys are asking for some coke. Would you have any? He's like, no, we don't. So even Frank Zappa knew that Black Sabbath was so into coke. This was like Volume 4 era.
Yeah.
If you heard stories, they would have cereal boxes filled with coke. I think they were in Beverly Hills. They had like a pool. It was basically Success After Master Reality, Volume 4. Just party all day and then just record all night. But yeah, those guys were doing coke.
Oh yeah,
every time. Snowblind. There's video of them playing it, and there's like snow coming down. And
do you have any idea like what that era of music did to a guy like me? Like I could either bought into Scientology or became somebody's sex slave. When my mother died, I could have became a lot of things. And when you're that weak, people can talk you into a lot of things. Till this day, I'm happy that the void, what filled my hole, my first album was The Wall. My mother died on the 8th. The Wall tickets went on sale like the 20th of November.
Wow.
The concert was February 1st, and the album was getting released right before Christmas. People were waiting for The Wall, Mauricio. you understand? Like, people fucking wait for the way these assholes wait for marbles of the universe. Huh?
Yeah. Video games.
You have no idea the anticipation of the wall. And right there, like, Black Sabbath was in limbo. So people were all confused. Nobody, and then when rumors were he was making a comeback and nobody knew what was really going on, because in those days there was no internet, Mauricio. It was Circus and Cream magazine.
That's it.
Rolling Stone didn't really fill you in on those.
They didn't write anything.
No, they didn't. But it's so weird. Like, how am I ashamed to say these things? No. As you know, my first Sabbath album was War Pigs. The second one was the first one, which I thought was a fucking masterpiece.
I'm out of range.
And at that point, was I doing cocaine? Not really. When I bought the second album, I wasn't doing cocaine.
Yeah, that's 70. Yeah, 70.
Yeah, but I didn't buy it in 70. I bought it in 78. 79.
He went backwards this time.
I went backwards. I was
Who introduced you to it? What, was this a friend? Just hey, check
my
this out,
high
or-
school is my area, North Bergen, New Jersey at that time. Ted was number 10 and Chris Louise, number 5 Gonzo. You couldn't stop Ted.
That is masterpiece.
Ted, every party you went to, Ted was there. No matter where you went, that part of Jersey, Ted was there. I remember I had a no school, I had a no-show job at Horace Mann School. And some cop got me one summer. You had to go in there the day you got paid. I don't know what they
A no-show job.
It was a no-show
I love
job.
that.
I only went in to pick up the check.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget that one day I went looking for the supervisor, and they go, he's up in the 3rd floor in the 7th grade class. And I walked in, and you know, Horace Mann was in our school district, but not really. We're low downtown. Horace Mann was uptown. They had 4 schools that represented us, and then I walked into the classroom, and they had, like, you know when you walk into a classroom, they have A, B, C, D, E, F, G around the classroom?
Oh, yeah.
In the middle of the classroom, over the fucking blackboard, some kid had drawn a beautiful picture of Ted Nugent pointing at you, saying, Ted says you must go Gonzo.
Wow.
I saw
Someone drew that?
Somebody drew that. This is summer of 80.
Yeah.
Like that, when Ted released Wango Tango, people almost jumped off a bridge.
Yeah.
Like, my friends were done. Like, they were
Scream
heartbroken.
Dreams.
Scream Dream, they were going to kill themselves.
Yeah.
Like, it was an end of an era. Aerosmith left us hanging in 79 after Night at the Ruts. Black Sabbath broke up in 79. Leonard Skinner went down with the fucking plane. Dog, we were confused.
Yeah.
So, all of us, I was...
Kiss went disco. That was
Kiss
made
went
for 11
disco.
years. Yep. Yeah.
All right, so now we're all confused. And I bought War Pigs, the first one. And I went uptown one Saturday afternoon. I'll never forget this, Mauricio. And this is the excitement that you give me when I'm around you. I'm going to give it back to you. Like, there's nothing like going to the record store.
Lessons of the past.
At that age, the record store was bigger for me than some chick's pussy. I can tell you this right now, guys. 'Cause
Absolutely.
every Saturday, I pulled a gem out of there. It was either L.A. Woman. I pulled the Beach Boys album out. That was crazy. You know, as gay as it sounds, but it's not really the Beach Boys. I pulled out a bunch of albums every Saturday in a row. A Rainbow album that was brilliant. I forget what it was. But one day in the wall, right, like in the glass, somebody had put Sabotage up. Mauricio, when I saw Sabotage, my neck hair stood up. And I went in, I turned it around, and I paid the $5.95. That was $4.99, whatever the fuck it was. And you walk that album home with pride. And once you hit your neighborhood, your friends go, what do you got? And you flip the album, fucking Sabotage. Oh shit, I'm coming over. When's that party? Tonight, motherfucker. My mom's not gonna be home.
Yeah.
And you walk in, you put the thrill of it all. I almost jumped out a window, Mauricio. But I knew from listening to their music that cocaine was somewhere. Then I bought Master Reality, put it on, listened to 2 songs, took it off. This is a little too heavy for Uncle Joey. We're going to have to give Black Sabbath to him. We're going to have to give Black Sabbath a breather. It was a little bit too heavy for Uncle Joey at the time. It's like I've said before on this, No Quarter, when I first bought it, when I was
First
like
kill
12.
goes to me.
I would put on Dancing Days, the other one, and jump over No Quarter. No Quarter was a little too deep at 12 for Uncle Joey.
Scary
Without
No
the
Quarter.
reefer, yeah, No Quarter is too deep with no reefer, dog.
So there was music that you listened to that did scare you? Like that was...
At that time, I didn't listen to it. It reminded me of Star Trek music.
Yeah.
I wouldn't listen to it. But I was a lot like you. I was my first love was black music. From 4 to 6. That was my first love.
Blues, jazz,
Fucking
everything.
Soul.
The Temptations, Soul. James Brown. That was my first real introduction to music by black people. And my second introduction was Spanish music, which was fucking brilliant to me. I love salsa. I love conga shit from Cuba. Afro Cuban shit. I fucking love it. I would be embarrassed to tell my friends I listen to this. Like in those days, you didn't come to my bedroom. I didn't put that shit. I would put that shit up when I was by myself.
Yeah, I did 4 records back.
Dirty hair music, which I referred to in those days. I was scared of that.
Dirty hair music.
Dirty hair music. Me and my friends called it dirty hair music.
What do you think about when they mix that in rock music, like in Supernaut, that breakdown? There's all that
Pretty cool. I listened to the first
stuff.
time.
Yeah, I love that.
But I was going to tell you guys the first 2 albums I bought. You ready?
Yeah.
First album I bought was Yes Fragile. I just had to have it. That was a great cover. And those songs with the roundabout.
Oh, yeah.
Tremendous. And the second album I bought, I almost threw it away. Get Your Yayas Out.
Oh,
I bought it by mistake.
Oh, you don't like it, huh?
I bought it by mistake. I wanted Sympathy for the Devil.
Oh.
And I saw that it was on there, and
Yeah.
I bought it, and I brought it home. It was live. I was
69
furious.
live record.
Furious. I was like, this is fucking
You don't like that
terrible.
one, Joey?
At the time, I didn't like
Right.
live music.
Right. Oh, wow.
I wasn't prepared for that.
Oh, really?
Live music, and then I bought like the rest of the
Frampton
albums,
and all that stuff.
all that shit.
Yeah.
Crazy Horse and
Yeah.
Rust Never Sleeps.
Oh, yeah.
That was a big album
I love
for me.
that. You know what else is, then, you know, of course, Double Live Gonzo's live. And then If You Want Blood is live. All those live records were really what made those bands take off. You know, Budokan, you know what I mean? That's the shit that people love. The Cheap Trick Budokan. All the live records were the huge ones. You know, the Skinner one from the road. Isn't that crazy? That stuff, you know? I love it, man. The live
I love it. I had to learn to love it.
Right.
I'm not going to lie to you.
Gotcha.
When I first heard live music, I was in shock because I thought I was going to hear you play to the T from the album.
Perfect. Yeah,
Okay.
right.
And then I listened to a few albums and I hated all of them. I'm like, this is fucking garbage.
Yeah.
This is all garbage. And then somebody gave me an 8-track and it had the Allman Brothers live.
Oh, yeah, Fillmore East.
And that made me think about something because I had never heard them do the studio side.
Right, yeah.
So I fell in love with the side version first. But then there was another album, H-Track, which is called The Song Remains the Same.
Oh,
Now I put that on,
yeah.
and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
That's the shit, dude.
This is powerful. And then I bought the albums backwards.
Oh, yeah.
So I listened to the live Led Zeppelin, and then I bought 2, I bought 1, I bought Presence, which at first I thought was a mistake, and I ended up falling in love with it.
Right.
You know, we fall in love with albums like cats. Sometimes we get a cat, that's not a good looking cat. It's not my princess, but I didn't want the motherfucker to die. He's missing a foot.
Yeah.
But within 3 years, you don't know the loving this motherfucker's gonna give you. You know, do you have albums like that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I remember U2 Octung Baby.
Okay.
I bought it. You know, I love Joshua Tree. And I got home, I put it on. I returned it. You couldn't return records back then. But I said, no, man, I don't like this at all. And then I saw them about 3 months later on Mushrooms, and they played the Octung Baby stuff. I went, oh, fuck.
I get it now.
I get it now.
I get it now.
It was
Sometimes
just
you
way
don't get
over
it.
my head instantly. And now, one of the top records I own of all time.
How about you, Maurice? Ever happened to you?
Like a band that you have to listen to.
Yeah, they grow.
Yeah, I got exactly. It's right here. It's this band. They're from France. They're called Magma. They're
yeah,
from
Magma.
1973.
I know this band.
They made up their own language, so all the lyrics are very like, you don't even know what it is because they use their voice as an instrument. So kind of chanting, really dark, haunting, like Carl Orff meets, just Satan.
Satanic
Sort of
chants.
It's not satanic. It's not satanic music, but just the sound of it's very intense.
Lee's getting scared.
It's scary. It's the scariest music I've listened to. It took me a while at first listening to what the fuck is this? What is this noise? You just don't know what, your mind doesn't process what all these sounds are and stuff like that.
It sounds very smart because they're from France and they're like, well, the biggest market's America. So
No, I mean,
now
they
we can do this
But
everywhere.
they didn't sell it all.
They didn't
Oh,
sell it all. You know,
at
they're
all.
underground. They didn't
Never
even
mind.
try. It's not pop music. It's not trying to. They're just this guy named Christian Bander, who's the drummer. He composed all the music, and yeah, this album, Mechanic Destructive Commando, is one of the most intense albums I've ever listened to. And yeah, took me a while to get
Takes
into
you
it.
really a while.
Takes you a while.
It was somehow by the temptation somebody gave me once. First I listened to it and it was too slow for me. I like the faster moving soul music, and this was too slow for me. I listened to it years later and I got it. I got what they were doing. You know, sometimes you're just not prepared for now. I'll tell you where that happens a lot too. Comedy.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you'll write a joke at your 6-year mark that you laugh your ass off while you're writing it. And while you say it on stage, one of your comedian friends gets it. And he's howling.
Yeah.
And then he'll tell you, do it for me. Plug it bombs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do it. You guys just do it for me. Come on, dog. I'll buy you a hamburger. And you're like, okay, you do it and it bombs, but you and him both howl.
Yeah.
And then you throw the joke away. And years later, it comes back to you. And you drop it. Now you're like killing with it.
Yeah.
Because you weren't delivering it right or your confidence level. There's always something. But back to music, it's so weird how I've had... I think Volume 4... I bought Volume 4 for Snowblind.
Look what it says right there.
And I think that Volume 4 was one of those albums also that was a bit deep for me.
Right.
And then I fell in love with it.
Look who they thank right there.
Coke.
Wish to thank.
Yeah. I love it. Like the great...
Oh my God, I still remember these. Show Dean that picture. Look.
Oh, yeah.
This is when they got a gold.
I know a lot of people listening to this right now going, like right now, Dean is looking at the inside of an album cover.
Yeah.
You get the love that we got.
I just love it.
Because in those days, this is what you look at. Oh my God, I'm getting goosebumps.
Yeah.
Look at Geezer. You know how
Look
many
at
times
Geezer.
I would roll the joint knees,
Oh, yeah.
smoke the joint, and then go back. And
Shuffle
look
out
through
the
this.
seeds, remember?
Shuffle out the seeds.
This is great. Hey, look at this.
All
This
titles published by Roller Joint Music. Where do they thank Coke?
right here.
Special thanks.
Special thanks.
To the great Coke. Yeah, no, guys. This shit fueled. I'll never forget. You know how he says, lying at the end, after you find peace, he goes, lying snowblind in the sun. I still remember being 16 and we used to cut through the cemetery.
Oh.
Me and Didi Quintero and a bunch of us. And one night, me and Didi were cutting through the cemetery. It had to be one of those days where you brought a jacket to school, but it turned out to be hotter than what it was. And I bought like a half gram of Coke. And we walked through the cemetery, and I go, dog, what can you imagine if we laid here and got sun and snorted Coke? It'd be like Snowblind. And we both laid in tombs, did a couple lines.
Oh.
Laid in different tombs and got sun for like 10 minutes like two assholes. We walked out of there. We thought we were Tony Iommi and Ozzy Osbourne walking out like two fucking assholes. That's how stupid I fucking got on that shit.
Yeah,
Look at this, yeah? This is the album right here.
That's a rare Mexican edition, the only one that's
yeah.
ever came out in gatefold.
Wow.
Is it in Spanish?
The titles are in Spanish, all written in Spanish on
But
the
the
record.
music's normal. That's great.
On the during the last concert in Birmingham, Tony Iommi played The Thrill of It All. He played it. He was
Really?
playing riffs, different riffs from Sabotage, different riffs from Volume 4. When I went to go see them at the Hollywood Bowl, I went to Soundcheck and he played Supernaut. He played Symptom of the Universe. He played Sweet Leaf. So he came out. Ozzy didn't come out, so it was just him, the drummer, and Geezer. So they were playing and they were just... I recorded it. I'll send it to you. I'll put it up on YouTube.
This is great.
Because you went to that show, right? You went to the Hollywood Bowl show?
I did. I went.
Oh, yeah?
It was Monday, September 25th. And
I saw
was in
that.
New York that week, and I was leaving on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I had to do 2 podcasts. So I had to do them Monday and Tuesday. I got off a plane that Sunday. And that's the way. And now I'll see him again. You know, it's really weird. I have a friend that's, in fact, I saw him last week in San Francisco. And years ago, he said something to me. We were giggling. He goes, you know what? You can never go back. You know, sometimes you can never go back on certain memories, you know. And I think about my Black Sabbath memory with Van Halen. It couldn't have been a fucking better memory. I mean, I felt bad for Sabbath. Even at that point in my concert life, I knew they sounded like shit. Like something like this was terrible.
Yeah.
He sounded like that. There was some people who were Aerosmith. First time I saw them, oh my God, it was outside.
Oh yeah.
They didn't really have it down. And they did, because I've seen Leonard Skinner from Oakland. They had it outside for all those shows.
Yep.
This was the Meadowlands in '77 and '76.
That Meadowlands is all weird.
With Ted
yeah.
and Frank Marino and Mahogany Rush, who shredded the fucking guitar.
Smoking.
Poco, and it was just, I remember that concert like it was just, I was a kid walking the Giant Stadium and walking home.
Yeah.
We left there while Ted was still on stage before the first encore, and we were on Route 3, and you could still hear fucking Ted from Route 3. You know what that's like as a kid? You're like, Jesus Christ.
Ted was insane back then. People don't understand. Like, Ted is, people are like, oh, he's like this right-wing lunatic and stuff.
No, that happened 15, 20 years ago.
Right. But back in the 70s, 70,000 seats sold out. Like these football stadiums. I saw them at Oakland where the A's play, and you saw them at Giant. And people going ballistic. I mean, crazy the entire time he's on. Like one guy up there just killing it on guitar, and a whole arena, a baseball field.
Now, Jack St. Holmes, that was his name?
His name was
Scott St. Holmes.
Mark St. Holmes? Or
something.
Yeah, St. Holmes.
But when that guy left after Weekend Warriors,
yeah,
was his last album, I Need You Bad? Is that still him singing?
Yeah, that's him. And then Ted, it's like him and Ted would go back and forth. Yeah.
Correct. Right. I remember going to see them August 4th, 1979 at the Garden. And it was Ted and AC/DC was opening up for Ted.
Yeah, score.
Right for Highway to Hell. You just knew.
Yeah.
Like at that time, you just knew. At that time, I was starting to get burned. The rule was you never went to see the warm-up band if you wanted to be cool. Nobody goes to see the warm-up band. But now we were starting to get burned because warm-up bands were starting to get really good. They were doubling up on them. So, Maurice, are you ready for this? Think about being 15, 16, jazzed up on this shit. And it was Iron Maiden Killers.
Yeah.
With Judas Priest. The one after Breaking the Law.
Oh, yeah. No Bent for Leather.
No. After Breaking the
British
Law.
Steel?
Oh. No, British Steel is Breaking the Law.
Right.
Hell Bent for Leather is the one before British Steel.
Screaming for Vengeance?
Screaming.
With the eagle?
With the eagle, maybe. And the other one...
the other one's Defenders of the Faith.
No, way before Defenders of the Faith. So this is in between. I mean, are you fucking kidding me? Iron Maiden with Paul Diano at a theater, the Palladium, which was a theater in New York City.
Yeah.
And then I didn't get burned on, I got burned on Nazareth. Nazareth came, and whoever the opener was lit the fucking place on fire. Like, Nazareth had to take, Xanax and calm down and shit. Whoever opened up for them at the Palladium also.
Who was it?
June 6th, until this day I forget.
Wow.
It was somebody who just was rocking in those days.
Yeah, we can find it.
It wasn't like Billy Squire or something like that. It was somebody fucking just like lightning. And then I went to see, again, Judas Priest showed up another year with Def Leppard for not breaking the law again. But it was around that, it was between Breaking the Law, when they come the second time?
Yeah.
That's when they showed up with Def Leppard for, right before, it was On Through the Night, but they were doing songs from
High and Dry.
High and Dry. My head almost blew up. And again, that's another sleeper. Again, that was the first Appetite for Destruction.
Oh, yeah.
Because that got released in December, but it didn't start fucking lighting people on fire till June. Crazy how music travels.
Hey, when's that 30 year? It's coming up in 2 weeks.
30 year is July 21st for Appetite for Destruction.
Yeah.
How did you discover bands? Word of mouth, or you just said you would just go to concerts and just see the openers?
I had a very music neighborhood. I was very fortunate. And every neighborhood offered different things. Like, I still remember my freshman year being in study hall, and my friend who I ended up moving in with a year later, Steve Runny, looks at me and he gives me, "I'm East and East." I look at these fucking people and I go, are you fucking crazy? At that time, I'm Black Sabbath, loyal. Zeppelin, loyal. You know, like, I don't know nothing about this shit you're throwing at me, Judas Priest. Oh my God, I took that fucking 8-track home, whatever the fuck it was. I played it, you know, by the time I got the Diamonds and Rust, I was like, wait a second, there's something here. And then Victim of Changes.
In the center. If
I could have done heroin, I would have. I was 15, I couldn't find it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how good it was. And after that, my mother died. I had moved in with the Benders. And something, they were playing at the Palladium on the Help Bent for Leather tour. And I fucking went over there with a bunch of dudes, lost them. In those days, you get single seats for like $10. And I went to see them on a whim. Like on a whim. When he came out with that fucking motorcycle, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Nobody was doing that.
No.
And at those days, he come off the bike with a whip.
Yeah.
And go whoosh. Yeah. And those two fucking guys would come out and start fucking playing.
KK,
one on each side.
Glenn.
One on one side, one on the other. And you go, what the fuck is going on in front of my eyes, man? It was just beautiful, you know, and just all that shit. I loved it. I took chances.
Yeah.
After a while, I started taking chances. Without Yelp. You know what I'm saying? I took chances.
Yeah.
Because I heard things.
Yeah, that's like...
I heard things, Lee, and I took chances.
Yeah.
So I went to see James Brown. I went to see bands that I normally wouldn't go see. Like, I really... Yes was a band I went to see 5 years in a row. And every year they got worse and worse. You know what I'm saying? From like 77 to,
fuck, signed.
Tremendous, yeah. I still miss that. Mauricio, you would die. Okay, so you see us four? We grew up together and we're music nerds and we smoke dope together. And you know what? One of these days we're going to hit the balls. And we're going to try acid. Oh, shit. Did you just hear what WPLJ said? Did you just hear that? Fucking The Who's going on sale tomorrow. So in those days it was completely different, Mauricio. You knew this, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. They would give you an address. And you'd have to mail a money order. Your mom would have to write a check for us four. You had to pay for 4 tickets in advance. Yeah. So us four would cut a deal. Here's the deal. You're going to buy 4, you're going to buy 4, you're going to buy 4, and I'm going to buy 4. They would play 4 nights. You follow what I'm saying to you? So I would go for Monday, you go for Tuesday, and fucking 100% we go 3 out of 4. Yeah. And we go over anyway, out of respect. Let's go over there. Let's see what we can crack a lack and shit. That's how it was. You had, Judas Priest came to New York Monday through Friday, Mauricio.
Where at?
The Palladium in New York City. Before they really wanted to take chances with the Garden and arenas. Do you know what that's like when you're a kid? Monday through Friday, a bus ride away into the capital of the fucking world to go see Judas Priest at a fucking theater. Can you please check that for me? July of 1980, Judas Priest, Hellbent, British Steel Tour. I wonder who opened for them.
Oh yeah, we can find that.
They're gonna be playing at the Whiskey.
Who?
Judas Priest.
Jesus Christ, no.
But the thing is, it's a rock and roll fantasy thing. Yeah. But it has Rob Halford, the bassist, and the guitar player. Yeah. So,
Yeah, these
which guitar player? Tipton?
No, it's the new guy.
So who left?
KK.
The blonde,
KK left?
Yeah,
what happened to him?
He's just tired.
Yeah, he
didn't
was
want
like...
to do it anymore.
Yeah, you know what he did? He opened a golf course, man, in like England or something. He was just... He's like, we've done it like a million years. And they said they were going to, retire. I went to that retirement show. And then when they got done, they were like, no, we still want to keep playing. And KK was like, nah, I'm retiring, like we said. Now they got this guy, Richie Faulkner, and he fucking smokes. I mean, smoking. Looks like KK 10 feet away. Plays like KK, the same thing, the flying bee. Up in the air, on the center, all that.
Well, it's become kind of like...
Rockstar.
Like Rockstar.
Yeah.
If we're an old band, and I got 2 of us, I'm just going to go to 10 different cities and look for the fucking Judas Priest cover band.
YouTube. Yep.
YouTube, yeah.
Like Boston with the guy from Home Depot. The guy, his daughter...
That was the guy from Stryper. who was singing for Boston.
There's two of them.
Two guys?
Yeah, with the guy from Striper, but this other guy they got from Home Depot. And fucking, I went and saw him, dude. And the guy put up some songs of him singing Boston. It's his favorite song. His daughter uploaded them onto YouTube. And then Boston said, is this you really singing? He said, yeah. And he sounded just like Brad Delp. And they brought him down, and he's been in the band like 13 years now or something. They're touring right now.
What's the band with like an Asian guy?
Oh, that's
Journey.
Journey. Yeah.
Now,
Same
what to
thing.
say there, Lee?
So it's 1980, right?
Right.
So you probably went to New York?
Yes.
July 12th.
July 12th through what?
It just says the Palladium, July 12th.
All right, who was the opening band?
I don't think it says on this.
Nothing on there.
Damn.
Let's see if I can find it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, all the concerts I've seen, some of the bands that go on is just one member of an older band, and the rest of the group is just younger cats.
Foreigner, there's just one original guy.
Yeah, one dude's the original guy.
And he last year was sick and didn't even go out. So there's no original guys in the band. None. They're out there, I want to know what love is. You know, there's no guy in the band.
There's two Yes bands.
Yeah.
One of them doesn't have any original members.
Yeah.
It has Steve Howe, but he's not an original member. Then the other one has John Anderson, Rick Wakeman, and Traver Revan from the 80s. That's what I want to go see. I rather prefer to see John Anderson sing than some younger guy or whatever. But yeah, a lot of bands now, they're just Roger Waters. It's just Roger Waters. And the rest of the band is just new people.
You guys were having a great conversation before we started the podcast. I grew up in a shed. All right, let me rephrase this. My friend Steven Avillo, who I still speak to, had a shed behind his house. No heat. But in the dead of the winter, he had Marshall lamps because he played guitar. He's still in the band today. Like, they just do covers for him. But he's recovering. He had open heart surgery. My heart goes out to him, his family. He walks every day. He was making spaghetti sauce last week. He's back. When we were kids, that was our sanctuary. We listened to with his brothers' albums. There was a lot of Kinks.
Yeah.
There was a lot of, Kinks have a couple songs. There was a lot of shit I didn't like that I didn't believe. There were Big Stones. They were huge Sabbath. And they were ginormous Pink Floyd. That's where I got my Pink. First time I ever heard Animals, I heard it in that backyard. And I went and got it the next day. And then, but I had Dark Side of the Moon right from the store.
Yeah.
Like, that was one of my first albums also that I liked from the beginning. I really liked. And one of my first acid trips, I took acid by mistake. Like, I didn't.
By mistake.
Like, not by mistake. Like, I wasn't full, what's that called? I wasn't fully cocked, Lee.
Okay.
Like, holy shit. Yeah, I took the acid on a Sunday, and I wasn't sure, and blah, blah, blah. And, I fucking went home, and I still remember this guy's like the 8-track player. That you put the 8-track player here, like this, the 8-track here.
Yeah.
And the speaker was here. And I laid down, and I drank like 4 or 5 Heinekens, which was way above my normal alcoholic beverages in those days. I was like maybe 13 and a half, 14 and a half, maybe. Yeah. And I took, it was the first time, first time I got a little piece of it. The second time was at the Stones Quarry. I put this little piece of paper in my tongue.
Yep.
And nothing happened for a while. Nothing happened until I went home.
It took a long time to kick in.
Like, I went, somewhere I had to go and focus. I went home, I put Pink Floyd on, and I was a little tired from the beers, and I laid my head back. And that's when it started fucking tripping the first time. And all I could hear is it was that creepy song from that, no singing. It just takes you to a tunnel.
Oh, yeah.
On the Run?
Yeah.
On the Run. Is it On the Run? Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah.
They have an album on the wall that's called something like that. On something, so I didn't want to get them confused.
Yeah.
It was On the Run. That was my first real acid. We're taking your first psychological ride.
Solo.
The walls were going like this. My ears were ringing. I could hear the music. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I sweated it out, and the next thing you know, I woke up and had a piece of gum on my shoulder. I puked that night in my sleep. And I didn't tell nobody, and that was prepared me for the 2 months later when I was supposed to do some fucking acid.
Oh man, you went to acid training camp.
I went to acid training camp.
That's great. I remember the hit I took solo just on a Sunday afternoon. It was a Mickey Mouse on it. I was walking through the Hake. I said, fucking I bought one. And I went home Sunday afternoon, took it. Whoa, man. It was way strong.
Sometimes it's the way strong.
You're going, come on, man. When's this end? I had a black light or a neon, a Budweiser neon in my fucking bedroom. And I was glued on that for hours.
These things would kill you. Maurice, you ever take acid and look at these things in the middle of the night?
No, the most thing, just shrooms.
Well, I gotta hit acid here for you, Mauricio. I got some liquid acid. I know Lee'd like to do a hit with you. I'll do a hit with you.
I gotta wait for a good concert.
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, you said something interesting. I'm on set.
Did that sativa hit you, bro?
Oh, it's great.
Thank you.
I love it.
Mild. It's mild.
Yeah, way better.
Very nice. Great taste.
Oh, it tastes great. It didn't blow up my lungs, and it's perfect. You know what it is? It's the stoned after I was on the 24 karat. When I came back in and was rapping,
That's where you are now.
Yeah, I just go straight to that.
I
Nice.
told her. I said, give me a sativa that won't take you over the hill.
What was that one called? This one. It's nice.
Flower power.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Clean, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I went in there today and she gave me 2 free grams. I bought 2 eighths and I go, give me 2 sativa.
I Ubered over on purpose. I was like,
Sure.
Yeah.
Because you're a fucking professional.
And
That's
I'm rolling no sleep. It's great. Just all night in New York and straight up the 5 a.m. to JFK. Caught that 6:30 Virgin. You know?
Like a doctor.
Edited a podcast all the way home.
Was it packed the flight? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for 5th of July. Oh, a bunch of rookies out. Rookies were out today. I had a guy in front of me. He you know, the TSA scans the ticket. He just walked away. They're like, your ticket, dude. He's like, oh, okay. And then he got to the x-ray. I'm TSA pre-check. I don't know how the fuck he got in there. And he took his watch off, and he didn't even put it on the conveyor belt part. He just walked through, and he didn't put it through. It's just sitting on the thing. Anybody could have just grabbed his watch. Rookies were out.
You don't touch nothing. I don't touch nothing. They got more cameras than cameras.
Oh, yeah.
I don't touch nothing. One day I saw money. Cash.
Oh, yeah.
And my initial was turning. I go, you know what? No, I'm not putting myself to this drama because there may be $800 there. By the time I get to the police and give it to them, somebody's going to come and ask. And all they got to do is just look at the videotape.
Yeah.
And they see Chubby Joey picking it up. And they're going to go, why don't you? I'm going to donate it to some home wife. I can pick it up. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Who pays you, Mauricio?
I just work. I do freelance on my own.
So they buy all those pictures that you.
Some people buy them, and some, in most publications they just, they just say, hey, well, you're going to the shows for free. They don't pay me. Most of them, I'm just building up my portfolio. But I have a day job, so basically.
What do you do?
Merch.
Oh, you do merch. Oh, yeah. First of all, he has some amazing rock pins here. That the detail is incredible. He made me this Appetite for Destruction one, and then my favorites are Cheech and Chong, and he brought those. And then, of course, Metallica was known as Alcoholica. They had their own merch privately that they would wear these shirts, and because they pride themselves on drinking as much Jaeger as they could. And so they were Alcoholica, and Mauricio made the logo. I love this, man. Who do you do merch for? Bands?
Bands or just, different designs and stuff like that. This is Robbie Krieger and John Densmore.
Wow.
They played for celebration of Ray Manzarek.
Uh-huh.
He passed away,
Oh,
so they were
that's
doing
right.
a thing at the Fonda. You ever seen this? Where they have, they say this is Jim Morrison on a cross?
It looks like him. Looks like him. That LA Woman record right there, son, is a masterpiece.
You know how he died? There's a folk singer back in the 60s named Marianne Faithfull.
Yeah.
And then she used to date Mick Jagger, and she was arrested with the Rolling Stones. They thought they were doing some crazy stuff. And then she ended up having a boyfriend who was a drug dealer. And because she was, around all these rock stars, he had easy access to sell this stuff. So he sold Jim Morrison, and I think he sold also Janis Joplin's heroin. The heroin that killed him. So Marianne Faithfull's boyfriend was the one who like gave him the heroin was too pure. I think that's what I heard. He actually died in like a disco hall or something, you know, like a club, and then I guess some people like moved him to the.
Oh yeah, well that's the old story. They moved him to the bathtub.
Yeah, it recently came up because wasn't it like his anniversary or something? And it came up. I was reading.
And then they buried him right away before the band was even there. So it's all those conspiracies. Is he really in there? Did he really die?
Yeah.
And then they wanted him kicked out of that shake. You know, I went there, Joe. You ever been there? You go to Jim Morrison's grave?
Yeah, I was there last week.
I don't know.
In France, right?
Yeah.
I was there last week.
You went last week, right?
People were shooting. It was fucking, Tel Aviv. It was tremendous.
I went there, though. I had to go. I went and the head was still there. Someone stole the head at the grave. What a bunch of dicks.
I went to Bruce Lee's grave.
Oh, yeah?
Some shout-outs.
Oh, yeah. Where's that at, Bruce Lee's grave? Seattle? Oh, sick. You go to Hendrix' grave, too?
No. Hendrix and him are separated because somebody it was too much traffic.
Oh, wow.
Somebody tried to break into fucking Hendrix's grave or something like that. Number one, I want to thank my main agent, Gordon Warnock, for sending me 2 great books. He listened to the podcast and he knows I love him with all my heart. That's why I'm going to have a proposal for him by the end of August so we can get this ball rolling. Also to my main man, Gino Castro, you bad motherfucker. I love you with all my heart. Thank you for the albums he gave us, the Black Sabbath album and the Cuban album. And he also sent some great shirts. He put Savage on it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother. And also Tyler Alvarez, Sal Paradise, James Harrison, Ookie, Sexy, Spooky, Alexander Gonzalez, Aaron Wade, Jonathan Hernandez, Bobby, Sharon, and my girl Crystal down there. And I want to give a shout out to that podcast, the Cobra Cast podcast, fucking tremendous. Bobby's a bad motherfucker. She's a tremendous chef of the future. And that's the way it is. How you feeling, man?
Tremendous.
Don't forget, myself and my main man, Dean Del Rey, will be at the South Point Casino Friday night and Saturday, 7:30 show. You're out of there by 9 o'clock. Bang, bada, bing, bada, boom. Okay? Number 2, next week, St. Louis Helium. Oh, shit. You better get Nelly on the phone. Then the week after that, Philly, don't fuck around. Last time I went to Helium, it was packed. I know that this is Jersey coming in. You don't fuck around. The Borgata, July 29th. Go to Borgata.com. Tickets are $25. That's it. Ping, pang, boom. You're done. You follow me? Mauricio, you're a very interesting guy. I've known you for a while. You always show up at the store. There's always a black thing. You really knew my love of Black Sabbath, and you kind of rekindled it. Like, I've always loved them. They've always been my favorite band. But you kind of rekindled it. Like, I got into reading again about them, and just, sometimes you get home at night from a comedy club, man, and that's my best time to listen to music. There's no more TV in my house when I get home. I get fucking stoned as fuck, and I come down to the music. And I read about the old shit I used to like to read about or something I'm interested in reading about, But I can't tell you how many times I put Snowblind on and did 10 fucking lines of coke out of respect. I can't even fucking tell you, like, how much they really pulled me in. And once I heard Sweet Leaf, Jesus fucking Christ. Oh. And then there were always rumors. He was always, the last 2 albums, he was always boogieing. But then they finally took a picture, Circus. Circus took a picture, like in 78. And it was just them, but he had a Blizzard of Oz shirt already. So there were already rumors that he was leaving. When that Blizzard of Oz, once I saw Blizzard of Oz, I started snorting even more. Okay, way before the fucking first album came out with Rudy Sarzo and the other guy. By that time I was on a fucking mission from hell. And how I discovered that album was, I came into a little fucking dough. I went into the city, I went to Bleecker Bob's legendary music place.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And when I was in there, I saw the EP with Blizzard of Oz, 4 songs, whatever the fuck it was. My mind exploded. Because the last time, this was, I can't even tell you when this was, but the last time I had read anything about Black Sabbath, Ozzy was kaput. He was done. MIA. Nobody was going to see him. Black Sabbath was already back in the studio, and they reported with Ian Gillan. But by that time, that's how slow news traveled in those days. That's why when everybody said Dio, who the fuck? Whoa, what happened to Ian Gillan? Diesel. Done. Gone. It's fucking Ronnie James Dio. Who the fuck is Ronnie James Dio? So everybody went out and bought Stargazer.
Oh, yeah.
That's what everybody started listening to Stargazer. I don't know. This guy's not going to pull off Sabbath. And just the conversation you guys are having about Pink Floyd, that happened with Sabbath. There was a wall. It was like Trump and Hillary. People lost their minds. Fuck you, man. If you go see fucking Sabbath with Dio, you were never a purist. Fuck you, man. You don't know how many people looked at that album, Heaven and Hell, and said, this album's going to blow. That's an album that you brought home. If you really loved Ozzy Osbourne, you put it on and you sat there, and by fucking that fourth song, you're like, I really want to hate this fucking album. But I can't.
Yeah.
Like Heaven and Hell, they got 3 or 4 jams.
Oh.
And Tony Iommi, you turned me into that Born Again.
Yeah.
What's that got on there? Reanimator?
It's got Hero the Zero.
Right. No.
Yeah. And also the song Born Again. And then it's got
who sings on that?
Ian Gillan. Yeah.
Right.
It's got the what's the Priest song? Something the Priest. Oh God, that record is great, man. It just comes in. It comes on like so weird and spooky. It's pretty scary, that record.
And then, I switched governments. It was the weirdest thing. I went to Boulder, and I lost my music collection, and I got away from my roots.
Here you go. Oh, Thrashed. That was the video. I won't get thrashed again. And then Disturbing the Priest. That's the one I was talking about. Fucking great. And then Digital Bitch. Stay away from the digital bitch. The digital bitch. Oh.
The story with this album is...
Oh, the cover.
What the fuck are you talking about, Digital Bitch?
That's a great song. You know the story of the cover? The guy worked for Ozzy. And Sabbath said, we want you to do our cover. And he's like, he didn't want to betray Ozzy. So he said, I'll draw the ugliest cover and they'll turn it down. And they took it. He was fucking bumming, man. Ozzy's like, how do you draw their cover, you traitor? And look at it, man. It's like, the Satan baby, like Rosemary's Baby.
I think it's pretty cool looking.
I love it. Me too.
So, after they broke up with Dio left, the management was like, all right, what are we going to do? How do we get a new vocalist? So one of the ideas was to get Robert Plant, because around that time, the Led Zeppelin was disbanded. It was 80...
What is that, 82 or something?
83?
Yeah.
Is that 83,
Yeah.
boy?
Yeah.
By that time, guys, I was gone out of music.
Yeah.
By 83, I was on a burglary scam, listening to... I didn't even like the cover of this. Now, you know what I got into? Holy Diver.
Oh, yeah.
I switched camps.
Great.
I don't want to hear this shit with Ian Gillan. I'm done.
Joey, I saw that tour at the Cow Palace, and it was so bad, ticket sales,
I'm telling you.
that the scalpers came in, and so they couldn't sell the tickets, so they came in, there's only 5,000 in a 13,000-seater. And in the middle of the show, a guy stuck another guy, and he went down. He was bleeding everywhere, and it was so scary because there was a guy just gutted in the middle of the Cow Palace. This music's going, this
That's
evil
horrible.
music.
Yeah,
and there's
horrible.
no one there. It was crazy. I mean, no one
No,
there.
by that time I was long gone. It was Holy Diver.
Yeah.
What the fuck was I listening to? Holy Diver.
83, some Priest.
Yeah, old Priest. You know, I switched governments with Madonna.
Oh,
When
yeah.
I lived in Aspen at that time, I went right to Madonna's first album.
Like a Virgin era?
No, the one before that, the first one. Tremendous.
Did you read Tupac's letter to Madonna?
What did it say? I didn't read
Breaking
it.
up with her? He basically said, I can't be with you because you're white, because I'm such a black icon and you're a pop, white chick.